Well, hello, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Cody, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin. And if you are new, welcome. And if you love this info, please subscribe. All right, so today I'm doing a get ready with me, but it's kind of not really a get ready because I am going to be sharing skincare hacks with you that you can use and do at home, which most of what I'm showing you today you probably already have in your kitchen. And the main ingredient today I'm going to be sharing with you is the magic of oatmeal and how amazing it is. And if you're dealing with Retin-A irritation, or you're using a lot of acne agents, or you're using a lot of aggressive agents like chemical peels and acids on your skin, and you're getting red and you're getting irritated, or your skin is sensitized, this video is perfect for you because I'm going to teach you can help calm down your skin, love your skin, heal your skin, and it's dirt cheap and affordable. And like I said, most of it you already probably have in your home. And if you don't, I'll leave all the links below of where you can get these items, whether they're online or even at your local health food store. So by the way, I just forgot to mention, I have something very special coming out for Mother's Day, and this is all I'm going to show you right now, but it's this set that I've been working on, and I feel really proud about it. It's been something I've been wanting to create for quite some time, and there's going to be a very limited supply, so it'll be available next Tuesday. Really excited to share it with you guys. If you're interested, sign up on be on my email newsletter because I will send it out there, and it's first come first serve. When I'm sold out, I'm sold out. It's kind of a beta test. I'm really testing this before I committed to a massive amount of volume. I want to work out the kinks and stuff because with a launch, never, anything is always perfect. So I just want to make sure that the feedback is right and I'm doing things right so that I don't just have a whole bunch of product that I'm sitting on. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to share with you is oatmeal. And oatmeal, when I had my first skincare company and I was making all the formulations, it was all natural. And oatmeal was one of my star ingredients. And oatmeal really is an incredible agent because it heals the skin. It has a lot of vitamins and antioxidants in the skin. It helps with inflammation. It helps with eczema, psoriasis. If you're dealing with Retin-A irritation and you can't seem to get through it and your skin is itchy and it's crazy, oatmeal is going to be your next best friend. And I've done a video already on talking about how to make an oatmeal mask, but today I'm gonna actually show you how to make that oatmeal mask. And hopefully I don't mess this all up because I have so many things going on and how I'm going to share it. So I have some bullet points just to kind of keep me a little bit on track because my old tweaker mind can just go from place to place all the time. So anyway, let's get started. So the first thing is to have oatmeal. So I get Coach's Oat from Costco. But whatever oatmeal, it doesn't really matter what the oatmeal is or the brand. What matters is that there's no sugar or maple syrup or anything in there like dried fruit or anything. It just needs to be plain, simple, and regular oatmeal. And what you're gonna do is I'm gonna teach you how to make an oatmeal mask at home. All these very expensive masks, I love, a couple of them, but most of them I find to be really not worth the money, especially when you start getting into the $50, $70, $100 price range. I'm like, oy vey, you are really brave to ask that much money for a mask. When in reality, you can make a mask at home. I'm going to teach you how to make 2 different masks at home today with very simple ingredients. It's going to cost you 25 cents maybe. So the oatmeal, first of all, what you want to do is you want to grind up oatmeal and you want to grind it up in a blender. So I use 1/3 cup at a time so it stays fresh. And I put this into a blender and I blend it into a fine powder for about a minute so that it's as fine as possible as it could be. And then I put it in an airtight container. You can use a Ziploc bag. You don't need to be all fancy or anything, but I keep it in here and store it so that I just have always oatmeal on hand. If I'm getting an irritation or if I've used too much Retin-A or if I've done a chemical peel that is just a little irritating on my skin, I always have a backup. And you can also put it in your tub, which is amazing because it really is very soothing to the skin, very healing to the skin, and very moisturizing to the skin. There's a lot of lipids and vitamin E and stuff in here. So what you do is you take 1/3 cup and you dry blend that in a blender until it's into a fine powder. And then what you do is you take and get a bowl and a tablespoon. And what you're gonna do is you're going to take 2 heaping tablespoons of oatmeal and put it into a bowl like this. You don't have to have exact measurements, okay? And then you're gonna need to take hot boiling water because what you need to do is you need to allow this oatmeal to kind of open up and all of the nutrients to kind of pop out of it. And so I have hot boiling water in this measuring cup, and you're going to pour 6 tablespoons of hot boiling water into this oatmeal, and you're gonna mix it up. And you don't need to be exact. If you're a little over, it's fine. So there's 6 tablespoons. I just put this in here, and you're just going to mix it all up. So again, that's 2 huge heaping tablespoons of oatmeal and into this bowl with about 6 tablespoons of hot boiling water. And it's kind of a thick, goopy kind of, liquid right now, but because it's boiling hot, you don't want to use it right now. So you're just going to set it to the side, and we're going to come back to that in a second. And I'm going to teach you how to use that and finish how to make that so you can make an incredible mask. You can put the mask all over your whole face and your body. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I used to have a product in Seattle. One of my first products I ever created was called Exfoliant. And it was an oatmeal that had essential oils and moisturizers and lipids in there so that people could exfoliate their face, but also kind of calm down any kind of irritation. Especially when I lived in Seattle, people dealt with a lot of winter weather and it was very cold. So even when you're in a hotter climate, your skin can get a lot of irritation and a lot of dehydration. And the oatmeal, using natural oatmeal on your skin, will help to moisturize that skin, protect the lipid barrier, also just help to keep the acid mantle of your skin really regulated and really strengthen the skin with the antioxidants and nutrients that are in there. And like I said, it's dirt cheap. So what you do is you take a teaspoon of oatmeal and you literally put it in your hand like this. What you do is you get your other hand wet. I'm not going to be fancy about this. And you're going to mix it together in your hand like this. So because it's just a small amount. And you have oatmeal now all in your hand. And now you're going to use this as an exfoliant. And what's cool about this is anyone can use this. It does not matter your skin type. The molecular structure of this oat is like a powder and it breaks down so it's not too aggressive. Obviously, always you want to make sure that you're very careful with the center perimeter of your face no matter what the exfoliant is. But you don't ever need to buy another manual scrub or exfoliant, in my opinion. I mean, you could do this at home with, just oatmeal. It's so perfect. And you just put it on your face like that. And then you wet your hands again. And if you want to put a little bit more oatmeal because you really like a scrub, which I kind of do sometimes, you can put just a little bit more in there. But you want it to be, able to be moved around on your face, and you just kind of rub that around, move it all around. And if you start doing this, especially when you're using aggressive agents like Retin-A and stuff, it'll be able to exfoliate that Retin-A peeling that happens in a very gentle and calming and nutrient rich way with a very healing and natural product that is going to soothe your skin. And if you have eczema or psoriasis, or you're dealing with even contact dermatitis, like you came into contact with something that's really irritating you, like an essential oil or like bleach or something, and you have like red weird spots, or you have like rosacea, this is amazing because a little bit of gentle exfoliation is good for the skin, but too much can cause inflammation and heat, which you don't want. So I'm just very gently massaging it into the skin, getting underneath the eyes like this. Very gentle. It's already breaking down, so I know, kind of when to stop because it's not a hardcore abrasive scrub. Some people, when they're using a very abrasive scrub, they just keep going, and try to rub off that skin and tear off that skin. And unfortunately, a lot of scrubs, the molecular structure of them isn't really, the skin doesn't tolerate them very well. So I recommend that you use this for about, 30 seconds, and it's safe enough to use every day. And then you just dab your skin dry, leaving it a little damp. A little trick is if you want to put it in like an old spice jar with the holes in there, you can just throw this in your shower and then sprinkle some into your hand every single day that you want to, and exfoliate if you want to. So you leave the skin a little damp. Oh, and my skin already, just with that alone, I don't know if you can see, but I mean, it just feels, it doesn't feel raw. It feels exfoliated, but in a very gentle way, and it feels moisturized. So there's a little bit of like moisture that is left on my skin instead of being very stripping. So if you have like acne and you're using a lot of acne medicines, or like I said, Retin-A, this would be the way that I would recommend that you exfoliate your skin. And I will actually do this on clients in my office sometimes if their skin has just been really sensitized and really red and really traumatized from using aggressive agents, or more importantly, not using aggressive agents, but improperly using aggressive agents. All right, so my skin, it's a little damp. But it just feels lovely. You can also use this all over your body. Now that mask that I'm teaching you how to make, the oatmeal mask, when it cools down, so it's getting a little bit thicker, so it's not quite done. It's still warm, I can feel it a little bit here in the bowl, it's still warm. So you wanna make sure that it completely cools down. All right, so the mask has completely cooled down. Now what you can do is when it's cool to touch, because you don't ever want to put anything too hot on your skin. One, hot dehydrates the skin, it irritates the skin, it causes inflammation. So if you're a person that washes and scrubs your face with hot water and hot washcloths, it's really not the best thing, mainly because you can break capillaries, they can kind of burst on the face. And once your capillaries, which regulate temperature and all kinds of little things, how they work, so when one area is traumatized, the skin isn't at optimal levels and regulating itself properly, your face overly, you don't want to wash your face too much with hot water. So make sure that this is completely cool and you can see how thick it is. If the measurement is a little off, feel free to add a little bit more oatmeal so that you have kind of like this thick, kind of runny, product here. Now you can also use it this way as an exfoliant if you wanted to do this, and I'll teach you that now here in a second. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now pour a little bit of ice cold water in here, because if your skin is irritated, or if you wanna like really love on your skin, giving it a little bit of cold will really constrict the pores, constrict any blood vessels, and if you have like rosacea or, like I said, a lot of irritation going on, the cool touch on your skin is just gonna feel absolutely lovely. I pour about a teaspoon of cold water in here, ice cold water, so that it feels really nice when I put it on. If you wanted to cool down the oatmeal a little quicker, you can just throw it in the fridge. And now I'm gonna take it, it's a little messy, but you just now put this on. I put it all over. I know that seems weird. So if you didn't want to do the dry exfoliation, you would kind of just rub this in like this as an exfoliant, and then you just let this dry on your skin for 10-15 minutes. So I know this looks completely out of it, like I'm just looking like Silence of the Lambs. So, and this is going to just, your skin's gonna love this. I mean, this is one of my best tricks. And this I put on my lips, that's what I'm trying to do, why I put it over there. This I use in my office all the time when somebody's having a possible reaction to something. You rub it on your hands so it's nice and smooth, get it into your cuticles, all over. It's just a very gentle exfoliant and hydrator. So then you leave this on your skin for 10 to 15 minutes, however long you can handle it on your skin, or however long that you have, but let it get dry, and then it's gonna get really dry and kind of crusty. And then when you rinse it off, what you're gonna use is cool, very cool water, even cold water, to rinse it off, because that's very soothing and very calming to the skin instead of hot water. If you have to use warmish water, that's fine. Just please do not use hot water. But already it's getting very kind of sticky and on my hands, so it's like a little bit of a hand mask also. So it's already starting to dry. That's why you want it a little bit liquidy instead of like really, really thick on the skin. And now I'm gonna rinse this off. So my skin feels super awesome like right now. Just, I don't know how to explain it. You're gonna have to try this yourself. And my hands feel so moisturized and just lovely. And if you wanna take that moisture, if you want to take that mask, that oatmeal mask, to the next level, you can put a few drops of jojoba oil in there, or your favorite oil, to give even a better moisturizing property. You can also do vegetable glycerin, which I've been talking about for years on this channel, and too many people don't understand really the potential of vegetable glycerin and glycerin in general, and how incredible it is for the skin and how it's in so many products. So anyway, you can add a few drops of that. If you want to add one maybe drop of essential oil, just be careful with essential oils. I love them and I use them, but they're very strong and concentrated, and you just want to make sure that you don't get an irritation with them. And also you can get very sensitive with the sun when you use essential oils, and because they're natural, people usually add a lot more. And you also, I'm so sorry, but do not do a budget essential oil from like the dollar store or from like someplace you're not sure what is in there, because it could be a lot of perfume and they're only using 5%. I've even bought some on Amazon and they're terrible. They're like perfume. They're not real essential oils, using just that leaf or that rose petal or that flower petal or whatever. So spend a little bit more money when you're buying essential oils if that's your jam. So anyway, my skin is exfoliated, it is hydrated, and now I'm gonna show you how to take and make a moisture mask at home, because I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tired of spending a fortune on these moisture masks, reviewing them and trying to figure out which ones really work. Of course, I still always love my Clinique Moisture Surge. This is my favorite. But I'm going to teach you. Let's say, you don't have the money right now. Some people don't always have the money to go out and constantly buy skincare. What I'm teaching you here is a complete way to take care of your skin for like pennies a day. And you will be getting great benefit from this. Now, of course, it's not going to dramatically remove wrinkles and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes if you're, you lose your job or your finances go down a little bit, you need to you get creative with how you're going to take care of your skin. And if you love natural stuff, this is like perfect stuff for you. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to do a moisture mask. This is the best product out there that I have found, aloe vera gel from Trader Joe's. And the reason why it's so good, if you don't want to get this one, it's fine, but get one that has 0 alcohol in there. It cannot have alcohol in there. And the main reason is not that alcohol is bad, because alcohol is not bad, but alcohol is an amazing agent and ingredient for skincare, and I'll go into other videos about that, because people give alcohol a bad rap and they don't really know the science of alcohol and why it's used in a lot of cosmetic formulation. But if we are creating a moisture mask, we don't want to dry out the skin, and the alcohol could dry out the skin a little bit. So now, to create a perfect moisture mask with aloe vera and some additives, what you're gonna do is, I have my bougie little cup here right now. You're gonna take another tablespoon and you're gonna mix two kind of heaping, maybe less if you want, it's probably gonna be too much, tablespoons of that aloe vera. And another reason why you don't want alcohol in there, because the alcohol can start to break down other things also. So you want to just make sure, again, I'm repeating myself, that it doesn't have alcohol in there. And then you're going to take whatever oil you like and love. Jojoba oil, jojoba oil is the best oil for all skin types. It's amazing. It doesn't cause congestion because it's not really an oil, it's more like a wax. And the molecular structure of jojoba oil is exactly the same, or mimics the same as your own lipid, so that the oil can pass through so it doesn't get clogged and get congestion in the skin. So you can use jojoba oil for oil cleansing, you can use it for moisturizer, you can use it as a little bit of an additive to additional moisturizers, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. I'm not done with you yet. So I'm just going to add about 2 drops of jojoba oil in here, and I'm going to add vegetable glycerin. I keep it in this little container like here. It's just pure vegetable glycerin, which you can get at any health food store online, I'm sure Amazon or whatever. And I'm gonna add 1 little squirt of vegetable glycerin. Vegetable glycerin can be a little bit viscous and very thick and kind of syrupy, so I try not to add too much. And then I just mix this in a little bowl like this. And now I have a moisture mask. You can add other things, get creative, have fun with this. And what's great about this moisture mask is it can be used on all skin types. There's nothing in here, there's like calendula in this aloe, that's why I like it. Vitamin E in here, just very soothing agents in here, which are also great to use like after a sunburn, or when you're really trying to calm your skin down from irritation or redness and you want to hydrate it in a very natural and healing way. So then I just take and I put this right into my fingertips like that. And then I massage this in. The key is to massage it in. So you put a little here and put it here. It's very thick and it's just lovely. I just love the feel of this aloe vera formulation. It also has like a little bit of mint in there, so it kind of cools the skin a little bit. Some people don't like mint, so find one maybe without it. And what you want to do, some people have given me a hard time that I massage my face too aggressively. It probably looks like I am, but I'm actually not. Up like this, up like this. And you want to breathe. Take a deep breath in, flatten out your little forehead lines if you have any like me, and then massage in the opposite direction of your eyes so you don't get memory here. You just massage, massage, massage like that. Get really close underneath the eye. Lift your eyebrows up like this. Just so you know, massage creates circulation. It helps with all kinds of things like training the muscles to go up. So you do want to use some pressure. You know, I don't know if you've had a massage, like a facial massage or a European facial or anything, but you know, we get pretty aggressive to some degree trying to lift that skin up. You know, we're not being crazy, but I think it always looks a little bit more aggressive than I really am being. But I've had people get really interesting with comments about how I massage my face. I'm like, girl, don't massage your face like that then. Anyway, you want to go all the way back. You want to go up like this. Flat, flat, flat. And then you can just let this soak in, put it on your arms, put it wherever you want, just more hydration and healing and nutrients on your body, your hands, your arms, your legs. But I'm gonna let that soak in for about 10 minutes like I would any moisture mask. And what that's gonna do is it's just going to hydrate my skin. It's going to protect the lipid barrier because of the jojoba oil in there and the vegetable glycerine. So it's acting like a humectant. So it's binding and attracting moisture to that and helping the water to like not escape. Let it kind of dry on, when you let it dry on the skin, it'll get kind of a little tight on the skin. And most of whatever the skin will absorb within a few minutes anyway, most likely about 5 minutes up to 10. But you could just leave this on for a while and do some chores around the house, or you're screaming kids, take care, change a diaper, whatever. But then you would rinse it off, and I'm gonna do that now. Aloe is so amazing. It's such a healing plant, and you probably already know more than me about aloe, but it's great for burns and itching and scratches and inflammation and all kinds of stuff. So sunburns, eczema, psoriasis. Do know though that some people can be allergic to aloe and not know that, and they'll get like little red bumps and irritation. So anything natural, except I haven't ever known anybody to be allergic to oatmeal put on their skin, but you know, I could be wrong. If you're one of the few, please let me know below. Anyway, so my skin feels so yummy. It feels really good, and I haven't done really much to it. I did the oatmeal scrub, I did the oatmeal mask, and now I did the aloe mask. And now I'm gonna teach you how to take any product that you have and take it to that next level with more moisture and hydration, and also just allowing it to be a little bit more of a moisturizer on steroids, so to speak. So let's say you just have and can only afford a very affordable moisturizer right now, something that's, you know, $3, $5. Doesn't matter, okay? This one here, this is an Olay regenerating serum. Pretty affordable moisturizer, great for most skin types, really great for acne, really good for people that are dealing with irritation from Retin-A or a lot of acne medications or a chemical peel. But you just want to take, let's say, any moisturizer this is. Just imagine this is a $3 moisturizer, $5 moisturizer. And you put about an almond size amount, or however much you normally would use on your face. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take about 2 drops. That's 1, 2, maybe 3, depending on formulation of the cream that you have. It doesn't really matter the moisturizer, but by adding vegetable glycerin to any moisturizer, you're cocktailing that vegetable glycerin in there, and you're taking it to the next level by allowing it to act like a better moisturizer. It's gonna attract more moisture to the skin and allow like transepidermal water loss not to occur. And then you're gonna get it to just really, really soak in and to penetrate into the feel a little different on the skin. If you add too much vegetable glycerin to it, it can feel sticky, so add less or add more moisturizer. You have like a thick cream, and what you're gonna do, I'm just using this Olay here, And let's say that you want to take the Olay to that next level and have it be even more moisturizing and more hydrating. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take a little bit of jojoba oil, and some people might ask, oh, does this start to break down the formulation? It can if you add too much agents, but typically any product on the market is stabilized and can probably handle 3 added nutrients in there. I know that might sound weird and some people might disagree with me, but when I was formulating and making up my own recipes, I would use a lot of bases that were already made that could handle up to almost 20%. So of course it depends on the formulation, but if you're just adding a few drops of something, it's not gonna really change anything if it's a reasonably priced moisturizer anyway. I'm adding jojoba because I wanna make this moisturizer moisturizing. And I just mix it here in my hand, on the back of my hand like this. And then I'm gonna add 3 drops of the vegetable glycerin. It's a little sticky, so we'll see here. I might add a little bit more moisturizer. And you just wanna cocktail it and mix it together like this. And now, apply that. Oh, it already feels so different. It feels nice and lovely. It feels smoother and silky now. And it's going to be able to really penetrate the skin a little bit more. And then that lipid from the jojoba oil will kind of lock the moisture in. So you're kind of making your own moisturizer. If you only had those 2 ingredients, you could also just use those 2 on your skin. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is kind of how I apply moisturizers. Maybe I'm being too aggressive for some of you, so let me know in the comment, girl, because some people have nothing better to do than let you know that you're wrong. It's so funny. I'm like, I can't keep up. I'm not here to, I'm here for all the people that want to be here, that love the information. You know, this is the thing I want to say about that. You know, I think it's interesting because I follow quite a few people. I read a lot of doctor stuff and, you know, what my little brain can kind of absorb, and I watch or I read a lot of stuff on Google Scholar and clinical studies and research, and I follow dermatologists, you know, from all over, and they sound very, you know, and here's the thing. I don't agree with a lot of things, but still doesn't mean that I won't listen to them, because I follow a lot of different people just to keep my mind very open and very, you know, saturated with diverse information and knowledge. That's just how I learn, and I always want to see someone else's point of view. And it's interesting because I follow some people and I don't agree with everything they say, but one, I would never tell them that. That's their point of view, that's their perspective, that's their way of doing something or what they believe in. And it's not my job to point out, saying, hey, you're wrong about something. And I think that we could all do a better job, I know I could, of always not just throwing people away because we don't agree with one thing they say, or one product from a company was bad and I just, oh, that whole company is trash. And I see that happening a lot with people, is like they say, oh, well, her information is wrong, or she said this wrong, and then we just dismiss people and we're done with them. And it's like, yeah, well, like, that's just not a very compassionate way to live life. I mean, there's tons of people I listen to that I'm like, that sounds a little interesting, but I still like all the other information they're providing. Or I might not agree with something. I think Obama said it. Now, if you don't like Obama, whatever. But, you know, there were many great things about him. And one thing was he was just such a great speaker. And one thing he said, I believe, was, if you disagree, you don't have to be disagreeable. And I love that. That's a very powerful spiritual concept. I can always do better, and I think all of us as humans can do better. Is just because we don't agree doesn't mean we have to disagree, because the disagreement is that energy and that fighting and that Anyway, I'm on my soapbox here. My skin feels lovely. It feels amazing. The products have absorbed, I've exfoliated, I did a moisture mask. So you could do all of this back to back in a row like this. You could play around, whatever. So just a little bit of a recap. I made the oatmeal mask using 2 tablespoons in this little bowl, and then I added about 6 tablespoons of hot water. I let that sit for about 10 minutes until it's cool, and then I added about 2 tablespoons of ice cold water, and I applied that to my face so that my face felt really cool and refreshed. And then I also used the oatmeal powder that I also use the oatmeal powder as just a little bit of an exfoliant, gently exfoliating, or you can exfoliate while you do the mask, 2-in-1, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you have the time with. And then I made a moisture mask using aloe vera gel with no alcohol in here. And I poured it into just a little simple cup like this. I waste that, so after the video, I'm probably gonna put this all over my body. And I put like 2 drops of vegetable glycerin in there and about 2 drops of the jojoba oil, and I let that soak into my skin for about 10 minutes, rinsed off the rest, whatever didn't soak in, coolish water, dab my skin dry. And then I also taught you how to take any moisturizer and take it to the next level, just adding a little bit of vegetable glycerin or jojoba oil. These 2 items, the reason I'm recommending these is just with all of the people I've used it on, thousands of people recommended it to, the feedback consistently, that's how I experiment, is I use my own kind of techniques and I see, did that work? Okay, that didn't work. And I always try to convey messages that are for the whole audience. And I always communicate in such a way that if this was the first time you're meeting me, so that you always kind of stay safe. But I try to offer ingredients that most people, like when you're doing home natural stuff, that most people are not gonna have a reaction with. And jojoba oil and vegetable glycerin are like life-changing. Oatmeal is life-changing, and aloe is life-changing, and nobody has reactions with those. Most people can tolerate it. It's good on all skin types, and it's good. All of these ingredients are good for multiple skin issues and concerns, from redness, Retin-A irritation, chemical peel irritation or allergic reactions, eczema, psoriasis, contact dermatitis, your skin being very deeply dehydrated and not moisturized. All of this stuff that I've taught you today, you can use for all of those conditions, all of those concerns, and all of those skin types. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, then let me know in the comment section below. If you were like, girl, I couldn't keep up, what are you talking about? Let me know that too, but be kind. If you have any questions about all of what I've mentioned today, feel free to ask them below, and I'll also leave all of this information below here. And remember that set is going to be available May 1st for Mother's Day, and the reason it's happening now is because of Nate's mom, the anniversary of that, her passing, and it just all came in alignment at the right time, and she's kind of included in this set in a very special way, and so it was like the perfect time to do it, was like Mother's Day, because I don't have my mom, and moms, you guys are so amazing. I mean, you just don't get enough credit for the work that you do. And I have so many clients that are mothers or expecting to be, and my heart just maybe goes out to all women, but mothers, just, oh my God, thank you for the work that you do in the world, and continuing to show up and to raise your kids when they're hating on you or giving you a hard time or not listening. You still show up with a good attitude as best as you can, and I just honor you for that and the work that you do. So thank you guys. I love you so much. If you love this information, please don't forget to subscribe, and remember to always stay gorgeous, and I will see you soon in a new video. Bye-bye.